with oh my gosh, trying to remember the name of this thing that we put together. The Rise and Thrive Local Get Sales Now online 5-day marketing bootcamp for small local businesses and service providers. You know, if you have a service and you sell it to someone in the city, in your local community, and you thrive on getting new local customers, this is the place for you. Well, hey, my name is Jason. This is my best radio voice that I can do. And welcome. All right, excited to see everybody here. Give it a few minutes. Let's see who jumps on with us.
Let the old.
There we go. Starting to get some notifications of things going live. Right on, right on. Welcome, everybody. Hope you guys are having a great Wednesday. Oh, yeah. Excited to be here. There we go. Cool. I'm going to set this to do all the little housekeeping things that we got to do as soon as you go live, just to make sure everyone gets the notifications and everyone can see what's going on. All right, cool. Day 3, Get Sales Now online. So, how's your week been? Hope you guys are having a great week so far. I hope you guys are enjoying the content that we're putting out. If you had a chance to jump into the content that we released last night for the AIM method, the attraction influence marketing method that we use here at Think Big Studios, I think you guys are going to really enjoy it. It's going to shed some light on how you can attract new customers into your business. So one of the things I was thinking about today is I have this thing where it's a bunch of marketing mindsets that I like to think about and talk about. And one of the ones is that one of the most important things about marketing is understanding your customer like 100%, knowing them better than they know themselves. Because when you understand your customers in that kind of way, then it's easy to sell them stuff, right? It's more important than your website. It's more important than your business cards, your logo, anything like that. It's more important than your landing page. It dictates how you're going to attract those customers and how you're going to get more of them, right? So when you fully understand who your customer is, then you're going to be able to sell them stuff a lot easier. Now, that's what we've been going through for the last 2 days here, because that's the start of your marketing campaign, is understanding who your customers are so that you can get in front of them. And when they read the stuff that you're putting out or see the stuff that you're putting out, they're like, wow, this person totally gets me.
Exactly.
So
there's quite a few, we're getting quite a few examples, or not even examples, just a lot of people that are inside of the bootcamp have been sending in their homework so far. Feel free to do that. If you don't want to share it in the group, that's fine. Just email us. Just respond back to our emails and let us know where you're at and what you have worked out so far. And there are a few that have come in, and I would probably say that we could dive even a little bit deeper initially.
I'd love to help anybody else who's posted a few. I've seen a few into the group there.
I'll take a peek inside of the group later on today and give some more feedback and stuff like that. But I wanted to maybe kick today off with a couple of real life examples of things that we've done for clients that have come to us and how we've used the AIM method, so that maybe that will help you pull it all together a little bit more, understand a little bit more what you need to do, right?
Yeah.
Does that sound okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
So let's start off with, quite a few years ago, I was speaking at an event, and somebody came up to me afterwards and she said, I'm opening up a yoga studio and I really want you to do our marketing. And initially,
we're like, what? A yoga studio?
Yeah, like at the time we were working with a lot of more like, we were selling a lot more like big ticket online coaching programs and stuff like that online for our clients.
Yep.
And, there's pretty big budgets behind that. And I honestly, my first initial thought was that, I don't know. I don't know if they're going to have the budget. I don't know if they're going to really take this seriously. We've seen that happen time and time again, where it's just kind of like, I don't know if people really, every time we write a proposal for somebody and they want marketing from us, then we're called Think Big Studios. We hand them a proposal back. And a lot of times it's just overwhelming. People are like, what? That's not what I expected.
Here are all the things you can do.
Yeah, exactly. Well, all the things that we need to do in order to make that work. A lot of other a lot of other agencies probably would just be like, I don't know. Well, anyway, so
you know what? Here's the thing: we don't like to take things and run with it, right? We don't like to be like someone comes along and says, "Hey, can you help me market my rock selling business?" And you're like, "Sure, rocks sounds great. Let's do it." And then give me 40 grand and I'll sell rocks for you. You know,
yeah.
And we're a lot more of like, hey. First of all, we're going to help you validate this business idea that you have, because a lot of people come and say, "Hey, I got this business idea," and they're like, "Okay, let's run with it." It's like, "Hey, I want to sell round towels," right? Do you know the market even wants to have round towels? Is there a segment of the market that wants that kind of thing, right? So it's a big part of it is validating, and we don't like to just take money and run with it kind of thing, like maybe a few other agencies that might be out there that we've seen that online, but and that's where we're at. So
and we want to make sure that you're going to follow the steps that need to happen in order for it to be successful. And truthfully, the fact that you guys are here and you're going through this boot camp,
it's super awesome.
There's a small percentage of people that will try and do things differently, honestly. So, we met with her, and it turned out that she was opening up a franchise, like she had bought into a franchise. And so they already had a lot of the things in place that we would need to work with a client, such as an amazing introductory offer. They give away their first week open, a free week of classes to everyone, as many classes as you want. So I was like, cool. You need to have like a amazing promotion before you open so that we can get pre-sales. We need to have like all these things in place. And so they did have that in place, which was amazing.
Yeah.
So now I'm going to walk you through exactly how we marketed for that and like blew it out of the water.
Well, before we even say that, let's just say how we blew it out of the water was we were able to work with her and increase sales from any other franchise opening by $50,000.
Yeah.
I think it was like we did $50,000 more sales following this method than any other franchise of the 50 plus studios who had opened before her.
Exactly. So the first step for us, and we're going to get further into this part tomorrow and Friday on day 4 and day 5. But the first part of this was I went and I looked at their website, and it was a franchise website. And so you guys on this call you're not franchises.
Yeah, maybe not. Yeah.
But the first thing was, I was like, well, where are we driving traffic to? You kind of almost want to work backwards and think about that stuff initially, right? So where are we driving traffic to? You go and you look at this website, and it was very clear to me that there would not be a very quick call to action. There needs to be a very fast way once you've taken somebody through AIM, like once you hit the marketing phase and you want to actually get somebody to go and buy or book or whatever that is, we want it to be as quick and easy and simple as possible.
Like I said yesterday, a confused mind will say no. So if you send them somewhere and somebody gets confused, they're automatically going to shut off and say, hey, I'm out of here.
That's right. And so we decided to build a dedicated landing page for this one specific studio with one offer, which was the free week. Book your free week now, okay? And then we placed pixels on that website so that somebody lands there and they don't book, we're able to retarget them.
We're building that invisible list.
The invisible list, okay? So then the very first type of ads that we put out were just your attract
and influence.
Attract and influence, okay?
Awareness and engagement, yeah.
So attract. We started running video ads of class types, of different types of classes that were going on, making sure that it didn't show just all really perfect people inside of those videos.
Yeah, realistic,
all
real
different types of
reality.
people. I ran ads that were targeted to men with different language than what I did to women. I ran ads, and I mean, this is more high level. Most of you guys that are offering a very simple service don't need to go this deep, but I just thought that this would be a really good example for you.
But it's a good example of segmenting your list and segmenting your customers. So when you're thinking about
real messaging that will attract a specific person, like what we talked about on your day one training, right?
We were talking about the hair salon, even where you're men versus women. And if you have a business where you are targeting men versus women,
it's just
and
different
they
messaging.
are a different, if they do come in and they have different messaging and different needs, then it might be a good idea to segment and create a different, perfect customer for who you're targeting.
And even ages, right? Like, you can target a lot. This is where most businesses make mistakes. When I'm watching and I look and I see Jason's phone is ringing. When I look and I see that an ad is running in my newsfeed, I always go and take a look, and it's always the most generic ad that's targeting most likely like all of your city, ages 18 to 60. And if you were just to split that up and do men versus women, then that would work better with different messaging, right? Now, if you were to take it one step further, depending on what you offer and who you want to attract into your business, we even segmented like ages 18, 18 to 30, and then 30 to 60, because again, that's different messaging. It's just a different type of personality, different needs, different wants, different problems, right? So that was the attract phase. We ran really fun videos, really quick, fun things, just showing that this business is opening up in the area.
Again, but not selling, saying book.
Like, we didn't even say when it was opening. We didn't say that you could book free classes. It did not look like an ad. It was just like to generate awareness, to grow the brand in the area, to gain excitement, to get a lot of shares and comments. People started tagging their friends a lot. Things like that. Okay.
And so one thing that I want to say here is this whole awareness and engagement phase, the attract and influence, is really a lot like people are putting out billboards, they're putting out radio, and they're putting out newsprint and stuff like that. And for the most part, a lot of people will say, I just want to build my brand, right? I just want to build my brand. And that's what we're doing. But here's the thing, it happens so much faster online. So you're going to spend, thousands of dollars to put up billboards. You're going to thousands of dollars for print. You're going to spend thousands of dollars on whatever. And it's going to take months. They say, okay, well, we're going to have to run this for 3 months for you to get anything out of it, kind of thing. The thing is that timeline and that budget is just compressed so much when you're able to do that by targeting people directly where they are, right on social media.
Okay, so that's phase one. It's just your initial content, like what we asked you to lay out yesterday. What is that initial thing? Paint that picture, whatever it is. It just looks like a nice, light, easy post that was shared by a friend in the newsfeed. That's it. Okay? Then what we do is we go and we create custom audiences inside the back end of Facebook Business Manager. This is why boosting a post does not work. This is key. If you take anything away from today's live here, is that when you can collect data based on video views. So we would create custom audiences based on who's watched certain videos, okay? Who has clicked through to the website, because some people would go find it. At that point, they would go look on their own to find it, right? Website traffic views, any engagement views, Instagram engagement, Facebook engagement, the list goes on. You go and you create all of that stuff. Then you start retargeting, which means running an ad to somebody who has engaged with you in some way. You can dive even deeper and retarget like we have with this boot camp. We've been running ads for quite a while of just videos around marketing, around building your business, addressing certain frustrations that small business owners have. And then we started retargeting anybody who's watched certain percentage of those videos with different messaging based on where they're at in our funnel.
So what we're doing is, the difference between hitting boost, hitting boost is you can't build that invisible list when you're hitting boost.
No.
You get an audience, you kind of get to pick your audience and say, okay, well, I'm going to advertise to these people, but you don't build that retargeting, that remarketing list, which is one of the most powerful things that you can do with social media advertising. It's like just staying in contact with someone and being able to, here's what they say. They say it takes 21 touch points for somebody to convert into a customer for you, right? So that means meeting like for them to see your stuff and to see you 21 times before they're convinced that you might be the right fit. Right now, the thing is that those 21 touch points can happen over the course of an hour. Those 21 touch points can happen over the course of a few days. But it's really hard to do that if you're just hitting boost, because what ends up happening is you're just doing that same one ad that just gets sent out there, right? And you don't really have a choice of who that's going to and what happens after that. But when you're able to build the invisible list and you're able to add people to that and then deliver them different content, so they're like seeing different sides of you and are like, wow, you know, I really like these guys because it's like, I'm not just seeing this, I'm seeing behind the scenes, I'm seeing this other thing, I'm seeing this other information.
That's exactly right.
That's where you're building that relationship and that connection with the people.
Yeah. You know, another thing that you can do as far as an invisible list that I didn't mention is, I mean, once you have business managers set up, you can even upload your email list and run ads just to your email list, right? So as you're building this up, when you do decide to throw down a promotion, or when you do really want to just gain retention. So like, for instance, with the gym, we went through the whole thing. We filled up their Karma Week. They were like waitlisted. Every single class was like majorly waitlisted.
Which is so awesome to see.
Once we started to roll out like all their different grand opening promotions, it was really easy to retarget those people that had booked. You know, you can send them different ads. People that are members, you can send them ads of like testimonials and just other fun things to keep them more engaged, right? Because retaining a customer is also really important.
You're able to craft and dictate what your sales cycle looks like,
yeah,
so that you're not just like leaving it up to chance, right? You can say, I want them to do this, and then we're going to do this, and we're going to show them these things.
That's
you know, and after they are engaging, they're, you know, we're building that relationship. We get to decide how that happens versus, you know, just word of mouth or letting other people refer us or whatever. It's we get a lot more control.
So
you get a lot more control.
So I love this stuff. And I mean, you guys, I was a hairstylist for almost 20 years. Like I did not have a computer. I have no idea how I fell into this, but it is so simple once you figure this part out. It's the content. It is always comes down to the content. So step one is just, hey, do you feel like you could use a change? Do you feel like you need your window? Like, do you know that if you clean the screens on your windows, your family will be healthier? Do you know that if you sleep better, you'll be more productive in life? Do you know that you don't need to struggle with your hair every single day? You could get a good haircut. Do you know that
you want to keep mosquitoes down in your yard, then keep your lawn cut.
Right? Like it's leading with something very generic that will just attract somebody to the idea of what you have to offer. And running that, let's just say, as a very basic ad, okay? Creating those custom audiences so that you can build your invisible list, then retargeting them with before and after photos or with testimonials or, you know, with things like that are even more value add stuff that will really gain more interest, like that will set you up as an authority, basically, right?
Absolutely.
That will set
That's
you
the whole
up as, like,
the influencer.
go-to.
Well, you think about
any more tips?
You think about influencers
like
online,
that,
right? I mean, they build a whole business around just being somebody people go to for information. They're viewed as an authority. They're almost viewed as a celebrity, right? Almost a local celebrity.
Totally.
We had a program before, and it was for hairstylists, and it was called like Become a Local Celebrity, you know?
Yeah.
And the more that you share it and the more that you use this AIM method, you're going to be viewed as a local celebrity and a local authority, the go-to person that someone comes to for advice. And what I like
or to save time or whatever it is, like what is that middle piece that you can show that makes you like the no-brainer person to go to? The initial part is not necessarily that you're promoting yourself. You're promoting the product or the service that you offer and the benefits of that, or you're speaking to the problem that solves, right? Initially, then in the middle, that is where you start to talk about yourself. That's where you show yourself as the go-to. And then the marketing part then, and this is, right, like this is where so many people, they just start here, the marketing part.
Just
if you
the
do
sales,
step
yep.
1, step 2, and then you collect all that data, you target your invisible list, because people that don't know you or like you, they don't trust you and they normally won't buy from you, right? But if you're only targeting those people that have interacted with you, engaged with you,
Yeah.
tagged a friend or shared a post or clicked on anything or watched a video, and you're like some form of, we've got 10 spots left. Like we've opened up a spot, like some form of a sense of urgency, really works well. And then that's, or a sale, a promotion, an offer, whatever that is.
Well, just think,
and
yeah.
Then people will be like begging for what you have to offer.
Well, just think how many people. So here's another angle from it as well. Is think how many people who are out there who are unhappy with the service that they're getting, either from their accountant, their lawn care, their hairstylist, their window washers, whatever, a house cleaner. What I mean? They're always complaining. You talk to them and how's it going? Oh, well, I just blah 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 blah.
But they're habit.
But they're scared to go to someone else. It's hard. Yeah. It's scary to go and say I'm going to go to someone else and see if I can get a different service.
Raise your hands if you are right now getting a service from some form of service that you're like, meh, it's okay. So if something else landed in your newsfeed right now that was like, are you ready for a change? Like, we won't do this thing,
And you started seeing other people and they built that relationship with you. You're more likely to be able to say, hey, you know what? I'm going to jump over to these guys and try them out because I really like the message that I'm getting from them. I really like the value that I'm getting from them. And especially it's super important in the hair industry kind of thing. It's very scary for somebody to go from one stylist to another stylist. And I mean, if you have hair, not like me, but if you have hair and you get your hair cut, it's scary to go from one stylist to another or from one salon to another without trying. I mean, you're crossing your fingers and praying like, I hope this works out, and that's why it doesn't happen. People will stay with their same stylist for years, even if they don't really like what's getting done, even if they complain about it afterwards.
They'll stick with the same realtor just because, or they'll, like I see Ashley's online right now, like they'll stick with just purchasing like a Timmy Ho's gift card versus a gift basket from you, unless you get in front of them and say like, do you know the importance of providing, like adding this value and showing up in a different way or whatever it is, right?
We got a little creeper over here staring at us through the door. He's just snuck in and he's staring at us.
So that is how the AIM method works. That is how you build an invisible list. And the more you do this, the better. So the more content that you're creating, the more videos that you're shooting, the more posts that you're creating that generate just awareness and engagement and that just attract the right people to you, the better.
And when it becomes so powerful is when you actually start putting a few marketing dollars behind it, because that's when you start getting the reach that you don't have. Like, I know a lot of people try to do this just organically, right? We're doing this organically, and I see some great businesses posting great business like posts to their business page or to their personal page. But here's the thing. You're only reaching the small segment of people who are around you. This is what it brought.
This is what not put business posts in the news.
No, this is what brought up the whole working word of mouth on steroids, right? It's because I asked a business question a while ago to a group of people, and I said, "Well, what's the number one way that you're you're marketing your business right now?" And I probably had 10 people say, "Word of mouth. Word of mouth is the most powerful thing that we have, right?" And I thought about that for a second. I mean, word of mouth is great, but it also just keeps you a secret to the small group of people that already know you, right? Or the someone who kind of by happenstance passes by, to find you. Organic social media doesn't have the reach that it used to, and especially on a business page. A business page, you're only getting reach to like 1 to 2% of your audience, which is nothing. You know what I mean? So if you have 1,000 people on there, maybe you're gonna reach 10 people.
If you dive deep into Facebook and read what the rules are and things like that, it is very clear that business posts are not free anymore.
No, no, but so it doesn't mean that you have to
and
spend a ridiculous amount of money, but you
that's
need to put some
exactly
money
right.
behind it, and you need to do it the right way so that it's effective, right? I think
Yeah.
as a small business that our marketing and the money that we put behind our marketing needs to be effective, and it needs to generate that return on investment, and it needs to make us money, because if it's not, then I mean, what's the point?
Yeah.
You know, then we're just throwing money out the door.
Yeah.
And I think as a small business that absolutely doesn't work, right? So following this method and putting some money behind it and having the whole system set up so it's kind of like this automated flow.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to be happy.
So let us know below, because we're going to jump off here. Let us know below. Have you run ads on social media before, and what has your experience been there? Have you hit the boost button? Have you like created yourself a business manager account? You know, what were your results when it came to running some ads? What is holding you back from doing that if you haven't done that? And then keep posting your homework. Like, keep posting inside of the group. Who is this customer that we're going to target? And what are the 3 pieces of content that you're going to create this week so that we can hold you accountable and cheer you on, and even give you feedback or steer you in a different direction if we feel like maybe it's just still going to be a little bit too generic, or maybe it's something that won't fly with rules when it comes to social media. Anything like that, post below and let us know.
Yeah, I want to jump in. I was just in the Rise and Thrive local group in our community there, and Barb Temple posted a great one this morning. She said her target new client, she named her Betty, is 40 plus. She loves to get her hair done she loves to get her hair done every 6 weeks. She likes to feel understood and looked after with all the attention on her. Betty is happy to pay for her services, knowing that she will not have to think about her hair for another 6 weeks. Now that she has a cut and color that will be super easy to look after, and she will get compliments right up to the day she returns for her next appointment. So that's her customer. Hey, Henge, we're just doing a video right now, man. So can you know the rules?
Wrap it up. I'm gonna jump into the group. And I want to go through Barb's and maybe do a little video talking about
that.
I
think it's great.
It's a really awesome start. The fact that you're doing the work and you're posting it, you've got us here to like legit guide you along the way. So don't hold back. Post in the group and let us know what you've got.
Absolutely.
Again, if you don't feel like sharing it, I will be sad, but email it. You know, it'd be nice to share in the group though, and have us all work together as a crew this week and get this done. I know that it's busy. I know that you're busy. It's like, I get it.
Yeah.
You know,
So we've got in here, we've got like Nicole, who she's a makeup artist and she sells nutrition stuff online. We've got pain management, right? They do window cleaning services, right? Which is really cool. And we've got Maria, who's a faux finisher in the group here, which is cool. We got basket cases, and she makes custom baskets for different industries. We were talking to her yesterday online, and she was targeting people on for Father's Day. You know, we got John O'Connell, who is a plumber by trade and wants to now help other plumbers and tradespeople look at investing in real estate because he's transitioned to that. So, I mean, those are great starts. Those are great starts of businesses that are in here who are starting to commit and say, hey, I really want to do something different, right?
There's
and we even
lots of time. There's tons of time, like, to really rip through what we've laid down so far and get caught up. We did this very, very purposefully, and understand how busy you are, that you don't have hours every day to do this stuff. So just jump in. If you haven't registered yet, then register, and you'll gain access to the first 2 trainings that we've laid down. Today we're going to drop one of our, like, every single day, actually, I'm like, this is one of our favorite things to jam on. Like, this one that we're doing today is, like, people see huge changes in their bank account the minute that they go through this training. Seriously.
Absolutely. It helps them so much.
So we're going to jump off. Amelia has her end of the year Zoom right now.
Online schooling, right?
Online Zoom
right,
party.
with our teach. So,
so just comment below if you're catching us on the replay. Let us know. Do you want more examples around how we use the AIM method, or how you could Maybe we could do a call later in
Yeah,
the
let's-
evening one night this week. If you
We
guys
can- we can
wanted to
even-
do a Zoom and actually have a conversation, we could do that. We're here to support you.
Jump in the
on the
group.
house. So just let us do
Jump
that.
in the group, post who it's for, what you want to sell them, and what your maybe 3 pieces of content are and what your call to action is.
Yeah.
And then we can help you tweak that. We can help you come up with better ideas or more ideas,
I'm running
or,
away now.
let you throw that down. All right. Okay, you guys, so we're going to sign off. Shan's clearly out. She's like, I'm out of here now. And so I'm going to have to figure out how to shut this off. But it's great to see you guys. And yeah, I can't even stop doing this. All right. Okay, we're going to peace out. See you later, guys. Talk to you tomorrow. The training for day 3 is coming out this afternoon, so I hope you guys jump into that, and we'll see you there.